Hi guys, Cargash here, and today I'm just kind of bringing you a small update video on what I've kind of been up to. So I've been kind of busy. Last week I took kind of a break from everything. So that's why there wasn't a video then, and today's kind of hectic. The days leading up to this have been kind of hectic, but I wanted to show you what I've kind of been up to, like behind the scenes when I'm not recording like game stuff or playing games or working. I've been actually making pigment powders. Let's see. The ones here in the containers are all done. The ones along the edge here are kind of cheating because they're repurposed markers. I opened up like Crayola markers, a blue, a red, and a yellow, just to see if I could do that, and can. The rest of these are natural, and I do intend to kind of show you guys the process at one point, but these two are kind of recent. I still need to grind them up and see what color they'll turn into, but you can see that they've got dark patches on them, which is making me a little hopeful that they'll actually turn into a color. Because one was like a super deep, rich, like midnight kind of blue, and one was like a very mid-tone gray. Not that you need a whole bunch of grays, especially since it seems so easy to make, because I've ended up with like 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of gray colors, and then here's what I'm talking about. Like one of these looked like was like this dark kind of a grayish blue, and then I've ended up with this monstrosity that it started off looking kind of slightly light purpley, and then as it dried it turned to this light gray mass that needs to be ground up. I do remember the ingredient that went into this. This is rosemary. I boiled rosemary for like an hour or so, and then it released this nice light rich yellow pigment, and then I added the medium to it that I kind of use. So still need to grind that up, obviously. This is actually a couple of different processes that, or not processes, but things that went into this. The first was a batch of red raspberries, and I added some alum to them, and then that turned the mixture like a very dark purple, and that was the first kind of wash of it. It was a very light purple when it finally dried out, but I saved it, and then when I was doing experiments with black beans, because I've heard black beans give you a nice dark blue color, they were actually giving me really dark purple colors. So I saved that and I mixed it to it, and now I have this really rich dark purple, but I still need to grind it a bit better, because even after like a trip or through the mortar and pestle, it's still got a lot of chunky bits, so I need to get not a filter, a strainer of some sort to grind that better. And then here's the colors. Well, the ones that I've turned into actual watercolors. I just used some store-bought Winsor & Newton watercolor medium to change these guys, but let me show you if I can. This one here and this one were from a batch of it was a batch of red berries that my mother was going to throw away. That I was like, you know what, I've never made pigment before, and you're going to toss them out, so I figured I might as well take them from you. I unfortunately, since it was all kind of brand new to me, I was just kind of winging it. and I used the water from our tap, and I found out very quickly that, or after the fact, that if you use water that has any sort of iron in it, instead of getting, the nice reds or purples that berries normally give you, they just give you brown and black. So yeah, so now I have a really dark brown, which is nice. Dark brown's nice. And this is more of a black color. Unfortunately, I don't know what else I did to this that made it like this, but it's very granular. Even after I've ground it like 3 or 4 times in the mortar and pestle. So the only thing I could probably do to save that would be to maybe mull it, which I don't have a glass muller yet, so we'll see about that. Then here's the purple. I know the camera wants to show it as like a deep blue, but it is in fact the purple. But it's probably not going to let me show it to you. Unfortunately, the lighting here is not the best. This is kind of my first time ever doing something like this, but it is the nice, deep, rich, dark purple. Then we have some of that dark kind of midnight blue that you might be able to see in there. Just obviously, I probably should have watered some and got them ready for swatches to show you guys, but I'm thinking the same day that I show you the process that I've been using that's gotten me some of these, I'll give you a swatch of all these. I'll give you a swatch of the new colors that we made. So this guy was a bit of a cheat because I had a green ink that I knew I was definitely just not going to use, and it kept the liquid inside kept getting lower and lower, and I was worried that it was just going to stop working once it all dried up, all the liquid that was in there. So I was like, I wonder if I can turn it into watercolors, and you can. I don't know if that. So yeah, this guy's kind of another cheaty one like these three, but it works. So if you're not really wanting to go through the whole method of finding a plant, boiling it, and then seeing if you can get some color out of it, if you just want to upcycle your markers, you can 100% do that. I've only used the water-based markers for those guys, and an Inga ink. So I'm not gonna say that like alcohol ink works, because I don't know. These three are the three there. That's why they're so kind of punchy and bright. These two are turmeric. They look very dark brown on the top because that's just how they dry that way, but you can see there's that nice kind of yellow there. To actually activate these, I usually have to put a lot of water on them and let them sit. This one here is avocado. I boiled some avocado skins and pits, and I put sodium carbonate in there first, and then when I want to precipitate it, I put the alum in second, and it gives you this nice kind of earthy red brown, kind of nice. This I tried to do the opposite, and the kind of the material that precipitated off it, where I use alum first and then put the sodium carbonate in, was like this really light kind of pastel purple looking stuff, and then it just turned gray. I don't know what that's all about, but that's what it did. And this is some walnut. We have trees where I live that drop a whole bunch of walnut. I'm assuming just like walnut trees or whatever they. Yeah, I went outside, picked up a whole bunch of them. I boiled them up, and they gave us kind of nice brown color. I'm just gonna call it walnut brown. I could probably get it darker if I, actually used more, just to kind of show, because these are the jars I use to kind of either filter things into, or There's the little mini containers I've been using. Nice coffee filters, because you kind of need those if you're going to be filtering out all the plant matter. And then the medium I've been kind of using to capture the color is just it's not sodium carbonate, it's calcium carbonate, just chalk essentially. I have heard that you can use clay, because what I've noticed is that calcium carbonate seems to affect the color that comes out. I'm assuming because it makes it more, it's either more alkaline or something else. High school chemistry is leaving me, so, but yeah, it affects the colors I get, because there's been a few times where I'll have like this nice kind of reddish color, and then I'll put some of this in and it turns dark. So it does stuff to anything that can be affected by pH indicators. So I have heard that you can use clay in place of that, but I don't have any experiments of that to show off. I don't know which kind of clay they're talking about. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for right now. Just gonna be a quick update video, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I'm gonna try and get something up Wednesday for showing you guys, how this is all done. Kind of make up for the lack of a video last weekend. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.